Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Battlefield 1942. On today's episode we'll be looking at Omaha Beach, and in a few moments we'll find out whether we're assaulting or defending the beach. Alright, we've been assigned to the German team, 16 players on each side, and the very first thing I'm going to do here is rush as quickly as I can to the flag at the beach. This particular flag is a special kind of flag because once the Allies capture it, the Axis cannot recapture it or even turn it neutral again. It becomes an uncapturable base for the Allies. The Allies spawn, before they get this flag, they spawn at the destroyer off in the distance there, which continually respawns landing craft, which they use to get over here. Right now, as you can see on the map, I'm within the capture radius of this flag, which keeps it neutral, and there's no one else on my team over here yet, so I'll just hang around and try to keep this from going to the Allies for as long as possible. On this map, there are no uncapturable bases for the German side, so as long as we keep two flags, we continue to bleed tickets off of the Allied side, but as soon as the Allies capture all three flags, the Germans are done for. So it's basically a race. We try to keep them away from capturing all three flags for as long as possible, and they attempt to catch all the flags before their tickets bleed out fully. Now there's still no one else from my team over here to help prevent the flag from turning gray, so I could just hide within the radius and keep it neutral by just staying away from the Allies and not dying. On the other hand, the Allies are going to continue to assault the flag and assault the beach with their landing craft, so I'm going to try to kill as many of them piecemeal, one at a time, as possible. If I just hid, then they would all arrive at the beach at the same time, and as soon as they found me, I'd be done for. As you can see on the mini-map, there's an Axis tank that's now rolled down to the beach, which offers the team a little bit of insurance in case I get killed here. I'd also like to direct your attention to those... Oh, well, I just got killed by a grenade. Fortunately, there's still an Axis tank in there, so that should keep the flag gray for now. And here I'm going through the bunker. This is the middle flag. This is really where all the action and the defense takes place on this map normally. The Allies ordinarily capture that beach flag very quickly. Alright, there's an ally who's trying to get into the bunker. It looks like he's just been killed. Once an ally manages to get into the bunker, he's actually in a relatively good position to attack that bunker flag. The defense that takes place on this map is to keep the Allies from getting up these ramps on the western and eastern side. And since the Axis have two tanks on this map, normally you have one tank guarding each ramp. Plus there are some cannons up in the hills controlled by the Axis, which helps them defend those ramps. But as you can see, this is a little bit unusual. They still haven't captured this beach flag. Normally this flag is just a gimme for the Allies. In fact, if I hadn't loaded the game up quickly enough, I probably couldn't have gotten down here to keep the flag neutral before the first Ally managed to capture the flag. As I was starting to say earlier, you can see on the mini-map on the coast there are a couple of gray rectangles, and another one just appeared. Those are icons for empty vehicles, and those are landing craft. On almost every map where you're doing defense, it's a good idea to watch the mini-map and look out for those empty vehicles. And once again, I'm the only Axis here on the beach. So if I get killed here, they could capture the flag pretty easily. And I've just been team killed by one of our team's mounted machine guns. Some servers disable friendly fire, but this one has it enabled, so it is possible to team kill, and the Allies should be able to take that flag back. Or take it for the first time, actually. Nope, there's still a red guy in the radius.
Seid vorsichtig!
And I'll try to provide him some backup here in a second. This is very unusual. We've gone over 5 minutes now and the Allies still haven't managed to capture this flag. I actually did see one round one time where the Axis kept the beach flag from turning blue for the entire round, but normally all of the action on this map really takes place after the Allies capture this flag. The pistol that I just showed off there is not a very good weapon at all. It's just easy. It's quicker to switch over to your pistol if you run out of bullets in your clip, because it's quicker to draw your pistol than it is to reload your ammunition. So often when people get into close firefights and run out of ammo, you see them both draw their pistols. Now you can see that destroyer in the distance is actually fully controllable by the Allied side. They can move the ship around, they can fire 2 different sets of cannon. It spawns landing craft, which they can pilot, and it also has anti-submarine weapons, although there are no submarines on this map, and a couple of mounted machine guns to fire against planes, although there aren't any planes on this map. The use of naval power may come as a surprise to those of you who played Battlefield 2, but not this game. And look at all those snipers. I'll get back to that later. And I've been team killed again by the machine gun fire. When this game came out, it was advertised as land, sea, and air. They had vehicles for land, sea, and air, but by Battlefield 2, they had pretty much taken out all of the naval components. On this game, though, they had everything from landing craft to submarines, destroyers, battleships, and even even aircraft carriers. The Allies have now captured this flag, and even though they showed the little flag icon, you cannot turn this flag neutral. And I would say that this is one of maybe 2, possibly 3 maps in this entire game in which one side is at a clear disadvantage. We've got a whole nest of snipers back here. The Allies have a really tough time as long as the Axis have anywhere close to a decent defense. The Allied flag, by the way, also spawns 1 tank. And as you can see on the mini-map, neither of our tanks are defending these ramps, which leaves them pretty open to an assault by the Allies. On the other hand, the Allies aren't making very effective use of their destroyer, which usually is used to fire cannon against our tanks. You have to be extremely careful about using these mounted machine guns on the map because there's so many snipers, and they primarily attack stationary targets. And as you can see, I've just been sniped. Well, that's it for part 1. Stay tuned for part 2. I'll be showing off the sniper.